Dzień dobry, serdecznie witam Państwa na pierwszym inauguracyjnym spotkaniu z cyklu webinarów organizowanych przez firmę NewPest. Dzisiejsze wydarzenie poświęcone jest zagadnieniu technologii szczelności, a w szczególności innowacyjnemu systemowi uszczelnej, renomowanej duńskiej marki Raxit. Naszym prelegentem będzie Pan Henrik Frimand, który w języku angielskim zaprezentuje praktyczne zastosowanie produktów tej marki, dzieląc się swoją wiedzą i doświadczeniem.
My name is Henrik Frimand, working with the Danish company Raxit. Today, I'm going to present our pest-proofing solutions and products and physical exclusion barriers. I'll be presenting our top solutions for long-lasting pest control, and the kind of topic I want to dig into is the paradigm change from reactive pest control into a more proactive exclusion approach for pest control. So the problem that we've set out to solve at Raxit Seals is the issues that our clients see with entry points. As some of you, if not all, know, rats and mice are able to squeeze through small gaps as small as 6 millimeters. That's as small as the width of a pencil. What we've also seen, some of you, if not all, is that traditional brush strips and rubber strips for these type of entrance systems, they often fail. As you can see here, rats have been able to get through this sectional door. So the common weaknesses that our clients see, and we see ourselves in our service business, is entrance systems like regular doors, industrial doors, sectional doors, garage doors, and especially also with automatic sliding doors. So for example, when you go into a retail store, the doors that open horizontally automatically. Then finally, we've also recently added to our exclusion range specific products for cracks and crevices in buildings. I'll be going through all these products later. So why pest proofing matters? I'm sure you're all aware of the issues or the consequences there are with these type of infestations. We have food contamination, we have damaged goods, and then we have reputation loss and fines in some cases. In Denmark and in other European markets where we see a lot of demand for our products is especially within fast food chains and grocery store chains, because they are very focused on keeping their reputations high, because they have a lot of customers going to their business every day. So they want to keep high hygiene standards. And that's why it makes a lot of sense for this type of client to ensure that they have a strong physical barrier, proving their entrance systems, gaps, cracks, and crevices. So the foundation of an IPM treatment, integrated pest management treatment, is that it should be seen as a treatment and not just some sort of add-on on the side of things that you do if you have the time. Because the place to start with any good treatment is to make sure that there is no entry points available for the rats or mice or other pests to go through. In this way, if you have a strong physical barrier, you minimize the reactive measures, you reduce the need for traps and chemical treatments, because if you have a strong physical barrier, it's more rare that the rats and mice will actually get in and the infestations internally will set place. Moreover, you can sell this product as a product where you really are enabling your client to reduce operational cost regarding to pest management. And then in Denmark, I'm not sure if it's the same in Poland, for example. It's a strong way to show compliance personnel that you're actually compliant, that you care about the pest control. So to set a bit of background, now we've covered the issue and the pain points that we're trying to resolve. I just want to tell a bit about myself. We are from Denmark, as I said. We are a family-owned business, and we are primarily focused on developing and manufacturing products for pest-proofing and physical exclusion barriers. I'm the second generation of this business. We have more than 30 years of experience, starting in construction and facility management, especially around grocery store chains, and fast food chains. And what we realized around 7 years ago is that in all these fast food chains and grocery store chains that we were doing service in, they all had the same issue. Every year they had rats and mice going underneath their doors, and therefore we set out to develop the Raxit seal, which I'll go more in depth later. So today we are proud to say that we are slowly but surely becoming a leader in the rodent-proofing, pest-proofing segment, and we are today selling in 25 countries. And in Poland, we are working exclusively with NewPest, who is our strong partner in the Polish market to serve the Polish client base. So to summarize, 30 years of experience selling in 25 countries. Today, we are not only on door seals, we have a comprehensive range of proofing products, and we are proud to say that we have secured more than 350,000 doors from rats, mice, and other pests. So to dig a little bit deeper into the product itself. What you see here in this short video is the Raxit seal itself. It's a rodent barrier that you can attach to all type of entrance systems. And the unique feature of the product is that within the flexible rubber material, it's reinforced with 1 millimeter acid-resistant stainless steel wires, which means that it's extremely difficult for rats and mice to chew through it. Note that all the reinforced stainless steel wires is embedded horizontally, which means that the seal itself remains very flexible, even if the door opens over the terrain. So other unique features of the products is that, as you can see down here, we have a small 2 millimeter lip, which we call an insect barrier. What this helps you to do is that when you attach the product to a door, it makes it easier to fit this door seal neatly towards the surface and ensure that no smaller insects and also no light is going underneath the door. The Raxit seal is primarily sold as two main products. We have the Raxit ready to use, which is like this, comes with an aluminum carrier and the Raxit seal, and it's available in lengths of 1 meter and 3 meters. So you can both fix a regular industrial door, for example, but you can also use the wider version of the product to prove wider garage doors or sectional doors. The other main product, which is the exact same concept, is the Raxit seal in rolls, where we sell it in reels of up to 25 meters. What you do then is assume that you have a 5-meter wide gate, then you buy, for example, a 5-meter roll or a 25-meter roll, you cut it according to measurement, and then you simply attach the aluminum carriers, which fits neatly over the seal on top of it, and then attach it with screws on the door. So instead of just me talking about the product, I just want to go over what kind of test that we have done to certify that this is a strong barrier. We've done a lot of tests for our products because we wanted to ensure the highest quality possible. And that's also something that's important to tell customers when you are at the client side, like why would they want to invest in a slightly pricier door seal compared to a regular brush strip? And this is crucial. For example, for rodent test, we've had it tested against both rats and mice at the Danish Technological Institute. If you take in a mice test, 20 mice spent over 70 days to go through the seal. In a similar test, 20 mice only spent 7 days to go through a brush strip. Against rats, we've been tested by the Danish Technological Institute to withstand rats for up to 14 days. After 14 days at the Danish Technological Institute, they have a kind of cutover saying that if something is withstanding rats for 14 days, it's approved. So therefore, we stopped the test at that time, but it could possibly have gone on for longer. In the same test for brush strips at the Danish Technological Institute, they only lasted 30 minutes. So it's a significant improvement that you can sell to your clients saying, if you use this one, you're secure, you're safe against rats and mice. Whereas if you use a brush strip, they are able to go through in respectively 30 minutes and 7 days. On top of that, it's important for us that we sell a product which is extremely durable and long-lasting. So we've had it extreme tear and wear tested at the Danish Technological Institute, where we've had it tested over a concrete terrain opening 13,000 times. And then our automatic sliding door seals, we've had tested opening and closing 2 million times like this with minimal to no wear. On top of this durability and roding testing, it's also an important point for you to go to your client and sell is that you get additional benefits. The additional benefits you get is that the Raxit seal, because of its composition and the durable and sturdy material, it works as a great climate barrier. This is very effective both during the cold months, but also during the warm months where air conditioning is on. Moreover, if you compare it to a brush strip, in terms of water reduction, for example, take a warehouse where you have wind going in and heavy rains, then on these type of brush strips, it actually didn't reduce any water influx in the DTI test, whereas the Raxit seal reduced the water influx by up to 97%. So now I've talked a bit about our main product, the Raxit seal. And as mentioned, we do have other products as well. There's one right here, which is very, very crucial. And I think that's the product that we've gained the most success with in terms of professional PCOs like yourself. So already covered here, the Raxit seal. Easy to use barrier, 1 meter, 3 meter, up to 25 meters. Then the automatic sliding door seal that I've talked about for horizontal doors, horizontally sliding doors. Again, it's the same concept as the Raxit seal. We have the inlaid stainless steel wires on the inside, but in the bottom of the seal, we have a 6 millimeter brush strip, which is not enough for neither a rat or mice to go through, but it ensures that it can slide smoothly over terrain on these horizontal sliding doors. Now moving to the product that have gained a lot of success within the pest control, professional pest control segment. What we hear when we want to sell this product to pest control operators when we first started this is that often you guys, you're extremely busy. You have 15 client visits every day where you have to check your bait boxes. You have to do regular service activities. So in cases where a client then go and ask you, hey, would you also have time to look at our door? It requires proofing. Then in more cases than not, at least from our experience, is that the pest control operator won't have the time to do the proofing on site right away. But that's why we've developed the Raxit quick versions. The quick versions are, again, the same concept as the other products that I've talked about. But what we've added in the top of it is a Velcro attachment with a very strong adhesive on the backing. So it has glue on the back. So you simply take a measure of the door, cut it with a metal slip and stick it there. And then what it generates for you, as of course, your clients are happy that you're able to do a proofing on site very quickly. But for you guys, it will also create a great upsell opportunity, because when I'm doing service myself, I see so many doors. Of course, I'm kind of biased in a way, but I see so many doors that would require proofing. And I know installing, for example, this version over here, it does take a bit of time. It will take 15 minutes, and often I won't have the time, or some people won't have the time to do that. But this one, you can simply cut and stick to the door and you're good to go in less than a minute. So that's a very, very good opportunity for you to have an add-on to your existing services. So this covers a bit about the entrance system or door seals that we make. We also have a steel wool barrier. We have a rodent sealant called Raxstop, which is a regular sealant, but it remains soft on the inside. I'm sure some of you are aware of products coming from other competitors. And then we have the newly launched Rax foam. The Rax foam is a PU foam, expansion foam. And we were reluctant to launch a product like this because we've been testing every single foam. And what we find is that rats and mice are able to go through it. So We've developed a foam wherein we have added pest repellent additives. So for example, if you have a cable packaging where you want to ensure that rats and mice are not chewing through it, there is an additive in that kind of rubber cable, and we've added this to this PU foam. On top of that, we've also, in this Rax foam bundle set, we include 2 meters of stainless steel mesh and a small piece of Raxit seal to ensure that no rat, no mice will be able to chew through it. They might be able to, if they're very determined, to get through the initial layer of the foam, but with the steel and Raxit seal, they will have a very hard time getting through. So where to apply our products? We have designed, due to our own service, we know which customers we go to every day. We'll go to warehouse and logistics, we'll go to food production and retail customers, we'll go to agricultural sites where we see industrial gates and huge stores. And then we also, from time to time, we don't do that so much ourselves, but we know that a lot of people will also do residential private visits where our product is perfectly fit for garage doors, for example. So based on our own experience and knowledge of the industry, we have just tried to design a full range of products that encapsulates or covers all the challenges that we see every day ourselves for the past 30 years. I just want to show you these 2 images. This is the automatic sliding door seal I showed, just to ensure that you understand that this is the sliding door that opens and closes like this. It looks neat, it looks nice, and most importantly, it's 100% rodent-proof. Another product is the ready-to-use, which is shown here, at 1 meter length. This is actually a 1.5 meter wide door. So we've installed a 3 meter version of the seal and then just cut it according to measurement here. Yeah, I just want to show you a few other applications. It's important to note that the Raxit seal in the rolls of up to 25 meters, you don't have to use an aluminum carrier, but the aluminum carrier or the aluminum strip in the top just ensures that the durability of the seal is higher. But in some cases, the customer don't want to pay for a strip, or you just want to finish the job quicker. And in those cases, you can actually use a screw, a flat-headed screw, and fix it directly into the door. What's important to note here is that you shouldn't screw in the top up here, but you should screw between 2 of the inlaid stainless steel wires. The other good feature about the seal of 1 to 25 meters is that if you take this sectional door right here, which is 7 meters wide, since the seal comes in one length, you can actually do a very wide door proofing in a single piece. I know this particular door have a door within, but it enables you to do a single proofing with one seal. You don't have to do joints along the way on most sectional doors, and that's a unique feature because a lot of other products doesn't come in lengths of up to 25 meters. So if you face a wide door, then you are bound to have the joints along the way, which then makes risk for rats and mice to go through. Then we have the Raxstop rodent sealant. As mentioned, this is a specially designed sealant which remains soft on the inside, but it gets hard on the outside. And this is to be used on all cracks and crevices. If you have a pipe leading through a brick wall, for example, you can use it around that pipe, and it will get hard on the outside. But as soon as the outside layer is removed, the mastic and sealant will remain soft, which the rats and mice won't be able to chew through. Then we have 2 versions of our steel wool barrier. I'm sure some of you are already familiar with this as well. We have a regular version and we have a pro version. The regular version is a regular steel wool barrier, but the pro version is a patented and specifically designed extra strong barrier against rats and mice. What we've done is that we've taken a steel wool barrier and then we've injected it with a never hardening, non-hardening sealant, which means that if rats and mice are determined to chew through the steel wool barrier, which they will try to do, once they face the core of the steel wool, which is soft, they are being deterred because they don't like the chewy and stickiness in their mouth. So I've already covered a bit of this, but I just want to underscore and outline the benefits for the pest control operators using the Raxit seals proofing products. In terms of efficiency and saving, we have been doing whatever we can to make the products as quick and easy to install, because we don't want to fall between two chairs where the construction workers thinks this is for the pest control operators and the pest control operators say it's for the construction workers, and none of them will have the time to do it. So therefore, the quick range of products that I mentioned earlier on has been specifically designed for pest control operators to have a quick add-on upsell product when they are on site the clients. Then for the 25-meter rolls, we've ensured that it takes space of 40 by 40 centimeters. So with one 25-meter rolls, you'll potentially have proofing for up to 30 doors, and it only takes so little space in your car. Other products, for example, if you have 25 meters of brush strip, it will take a lot of space. You'll have to move around in the car, and it's not very easy to store or handle. In terms of business growth, this is a great opportunity for pest control operators to be able to differentiate yourself in the market. You can say, instead of only providing them with reactive measures such as poisons, traps, and other chemicals, you have a preventive measure in your toolbox, which is a physical barrier that you can install, and in that way help the client prevent these infestations happening. Then in terms of the long-term durability of the product, because we've tested it so well, the way we see it is that if you have a strong product that you can install, then it builds trust with the customer, because they can see, okay, this product was installed 2 years ago. It's still sitting in place. It's still very strong. Next time this customer have a pest control issue, they'll call the people who have served them or serviced them with a very strong product. So we see this as a way to build trust with the clients. So I just want to give you kind of a success story from our service business, where we, of course, use the products widely ourselves. So the client that we are working for here, or using in this example, is the Scandinavia's largest grocery store chain. They have more than 1,000 stores in Scandinavia. We are focused on Denmark, however. The challenge they had in Denmark was that they had 20 rat intrusions, and every store on average had their brush strips changed 3 times or replaced 3 times every year. The solution that we presented for them was the Raxit seal. Now, the door service that we used to do 3 times every year, we do them every second year. And at every second year, we only need to repair or replace 25% of the seals. Moreover, and most importantly for the Rema 1000 grocery store chain, is that they haven't had a single rat intrusion through their warehouse stores for the past 5 years. So just to compare apple to apple, so to speak, before the before situation where they only had the brush strips, they had 20 rodent intrusions every year through their warehouse stores. Today, they have near 0 rodent intrusions. Of course, grocery store chains will always have issues with rats, because sometimes a pallet in the morning with bread or milk or eggs, they'll have a rat on the pallet, and thus they'll get inside. But they haven't had a single door that's been chewed through by rats or mice. In terms of maintenance, we were used to do 3-year repairs per store yearly. Now we do 1 service every 2 years. In terms of replacements, as mentioned, we did full replacement cycles with brush strips every year. Now we do it only 25% every second year. Then in Denmark, they have a lot of focus on the doors recently, because they've seen, okay, if this store who used Raxit can succeed so well in terms of rodent intrusions, then we need to focus. The compliance personnel have to focus on the doors and ensure that the doors are very well protected. So with brush strips, there are in Denmark regular compliance risk and more frequent audits, whereas once the Raxit seal is installed as a physical and strong exclusion barrier, they receive few audits, and they are being flagged as being more compliant. Yeah, all right. So why work with the Raxit products? We are, in terms of proofing, one of the leaders in proofing. We love to manufacture, develop, innovate on new products for proofing, even though it's a small niche, we know that, but we are very dedicated and focused on making the best products for this niche. All our products are well tested, they are patented, and the numbers speak for themselves. We've secured over 350,000 doors, and we haven't had a single intrusion in these. Then in terms of trust, we are already, like most of the largest grocery store chains or fast food chains, they already use our products. So assume that one of you guys have service on a grocery store chain in Poland, or the pest control operations with them, then we, through NewPest, would be very happy to share any sort of reference, because there's a good likelihood that we have already worked with this company in another country. And we all know that the best reference is coming from someone that you trust. And then finally, we have a very strong partner support, whether it's trainings, education, or anything else. And that is facilitated through the well-trained personnel at NewPest. All right. So just to finalize, I want to say that the kind of idea and the mindset that we work with is that traps and poison, they will fight today's pest. But Raxit and proofing in general, they will prevent tomorrow's. And that's the whole idea of this. We want to prevent the pests for tomorrow. We know shit will happen. Rats will come in, mice will come in, and that's traps and poisons. And that's the most important there. But if Raxit can help you guys prevent some of those infestations tomorrow, that's makes us very happy. So I've tried to draw it here. We want to move from reactive to preventive kind of pest control. I think from my end, that was all I wanted to say. So I just want to say thank you for listening, and happy to answer any questions that you guys have.
Thank you very much for such an excellent presentation. It was very insightful. A Państwu bardzo dziękujemy za obecność. O kolejnych webinarach dowiedzą się Państwo wkrótce. Certyfikaty zostaną do Państwa przesłane na maila podanego przy rejestracji. Życzymy Państwu udanego dnia i do zobaczenia. Have a nice day and see you soon. Thank you very much.
Bye bye.
Do widzenia.